Today I am making a chopping block. I want a little bit bigger one. In fact, I'm going to make two. So cut this in half. Here we go. So here I'm using my larger saw. It has a longer bar and I can stand back, therefore have a better visual of what I'm cutting and hopefully cut straighter. I don't know that it worked. This second cut here is because I'm making a two-tier chopping block. The lower platform will be about 2 inches lower than the upper section. So here I'm just going to use a mallet and that'll basically make the wood split right there where the cut stopped. And then to clean it up, I'm just going to use an axe and split it as cleanly as possible. This is a notch for the handle of the spoon. When you want to chop on the bowl of the spoon, kind of allows you to put the handle into the notch. Later in the video I'm going to show you another technique for making this notch as well. So I'm going to drill the holes for the feet, and what I'm doing for the laying out of the holes is I'm using a right-sided triangle, or not right-sided, a equal-sided. So these three sides are all the same. That way it gives me the most balanced location for my feet. So I'm working on a chopping block that has, or a cutting block that has a hole cut in the side of it. Or a hole drilled in the side of it, excuse me. And the reason is it's so I can clamp chunks of wood down when I'm cutting them with a chainsaw if I need to. But it works well for this, so I'm not going to fight it. I've got this 2-inch auger bit that I bought recently. I hear that's a prerequisite for chopping blocks. You need one of these. All right, that's not true. You can use a regular drill. And as far as the angle of the feet, also the reason I'm clamping it down is that when I'm using this auger, it's gonna wanna move on me. So this is just keep it from moving. And as far as the angle for the feet, think camera tripod. I'm leaving myself at least a solid inch to the outside there. It is angled too, so as it moves in further, it'll be further away from, and I'm probably a little more than an inch. So I'm going to show you a little bit more of this in real time so you can get a little bit more of a feel for what's involved in drilling these holes by hand. But I don't want to lose everyone. It took me 3 minutes and 24 seconds to drill one hole, so we're going to cut a lot of it out too. The drill bit size 2 inches. I wanted a bigger leg or a bigger post going into the chopping block, so I decided to go with the 2-inch auger. But you could get away with something like last time I did 1 3/8. That was adequate. It's fun to drill a few of these holes, but it is a legitimate workout. You wouldn't want to do this all day, that's for sure. So I'm going to cut each leg to 36 inches. That's much longer than it needs to be. but this way I can cut it to the exact height it needs to be once it is all assembled. I'll show you that later. So I'm going to use a draw knife to size the tenon portion of the leg. I am intentionally making these legs into an octagon shape, meaning it'll have 8 sides. The flats are going to be sized a little smaller than the actual hole, and the points, point to point, will be bigger than the hole, and this way it'll form a nice firm joint when I pound it into the hole. Okay, so I have my lower portion of my chopping block, because this chopping block is tiered, setting on a 2x4 and a piece of plywood. So I'm standing on the same thing. So here's what I'm talking about. Because my chopping block is stepped, this being the higher portion right there, this being the lower portion, I put a 2x4 and a piece of plywood underneath the lower section. Then I stuck some shims in here to basically, so I stood on that section and then put the shims in so that it was stable for setting up the leg height. And then the platform that I was standing on, same height. Doesn't have to be dead on precise, but Make a fist, leave your hand right there, put a mark. I'm gonna just raise it up just a smidge, because I'm thinking these things with time and beating on it, they're gonna fall down a little bit. I can always cut them shorter later. I've got a laser stuck to my my bandsaw over there. It's a laser level. Obviously not everyone has one of these, but this is the easiest way to transfer a level line. It is making the assumption that the floor is level, but close enough. You can also just, do the hand thing all the way around. And I've set up my laser again on the opposite side, so I pretty much have a line almost all the way around the feet. You don't have to be this precise. It's got 3 legs for a reason, so that it's stable no matter what. Now I'm going to take my saw and then cut. So in here, you'll see some extra wood pieces stuffed into the holes. So I just split some wood shims and hammered them in and then snapped them off. So a couple of spots I didn't have it as tight as I would have liked, so that way it'll be rock solid. So as you see here,
You can see on this side I have a little piece of scrap wood screwed to the side of that leg. I didn't nail it on this one. It is what it is. I have another chopping block. This will be probably is going to be my new primary since it turned out a little better. So I'm going to go ahead and put this notch in there now. But these are things that will happen. Err on the side of a little bit more splay on your legs and try to work on dividing it. And also before you pound in your legs, you know, if you're using branches, or these weren't branches, these were full trees, pay attention to the curvature, because sometimes they'll kick one way or the other. And when you start sticking the leg in there, you know, get a feel for which way will give you, it'd be most advantageous for your setup. The original notch on this other block I did with a chainsaw. Just kind of sketching a quick target. Can always make this bigger, so I'm going to err on it being a little smaller. Okay, so we're going to live with it right there. Get a full view of it. And that's just a pinch point for working on the bowl of your spoon, letting your handle run through there. So right here is my primary chopping spot. So I want this to have a little bit of a divot. Keeps the spoon from skating off of there. Use a sharper X. And there you have it. One success and one somewhat of a failure. This thing is definitely just going to sit outside. When I want to chop outside, I plan on using it. I might just go ahead and add another leg. At that point, it's no longer a tripod, so at some point you're kind of fighting the... you're probably going to go ahead and just cut this back leg off, drill another hole kind of near it, and give it a lot of splay. And hopefully that'll make up the difference. So I'll figure it out. Not too crucial. The biggest thing that, you know, really pay attention to your triangle and the angle that you're drilling at. Err on the side of a little bit more splay. Obviously you don't want your legs out like that. It'll be too springy. And especially if you don't have, like, you know, I've got 2-inch holes and using larger branches. You know, if the smaller those branches are, if you splay the legs too much, they'll be pretty weak. So try to hit the happy medium there, and well, enjoy your carving. I hope to catch you on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.